So we're looking at the big issues and the big stories in crime this week with former Met Detective Jackie Hames. And let's just run through some of the main crime stories, actually. And on Friday, probably aware that Colin Ash-Smith was jailed for life with a minimum term of 21 years for murdering Kent schoolgirl Claire Tiltman back in 1993. He attacked the 16-year-old as she took a shortcut through an alleyway to a friend's house in Greenhithe in Kent, and she was stabbed more than 40 times. Also this week, police in Scotland have launched an operation to link more than 300 bodies and human remains to people who disappeared over the last 6 decades. They hope they can end the agony for some of the families of the missing by finally revealing what happened to them. Can't imagine, Jackie, how difficult an operation this must be when you're looking at this sort of timescale.
Yeah, I mean, the key is that Police Scotland now is one force, and that really helps to sort of bring together cross-border outstanding inquiries. And they do it in a very analytical way, but clearly the advances in technology, forensic technology, will help this. You know, even with a piece of bone, they can do huge amounts these days by tracing DNA through families as well, you know, matching existing families with the DNA that's in those remains. And it's hard to imagine. People may think, somebody's gone missing decades ago. You know, why are we bothering? Why are we spending money on this? But, you know, as we'll see later with the missing people appeals we do, there's a lot of families still there waiting for news. And the fact that these bodies are there, nobody's been looking for them, is quite heartbreaking in itself. So it's a piece of work that actually they will also learn a lot from. And if they can match these outstanding remains with the outstanding missing people inquiries, a lot of which may be concealed murder statistics, then in fact that will be a fantastic learning process moving forward in the way they investigate these events in the future.
Hopefully bring a bit of peace to some families as well. Let's just have a quick look at mobile phones, should we? Stolen mobiles are still giving victims shock bills. That's despite government promises to cap call charges. Citizens' Advice says users of face charges have up to, this isn't a mistake, £23,000 each after thieves use their phones. And a year ago the government said this would all be scrapped and a 50p cap off by spring 2014. Clearly it's not in place yet, Jackie. No. £23,000. I can't imagine getting your phone bill with that on the bottom. You just think the world had gone mad.
Yes, you would. And that's not unusual, sadly. I mean, obviously people are getting a lot less, but that is just extraordinary. And I think a lot of the biggest problem is that these phones are being stolen and used immediately to dial premium rate phone numbers which have been set up for the pure reason of crime. Yeah. So as soon as it's being stolen, it's being used. So you need to let your provider know as soon as possible, and I think that's the biggest problem. The number is in our phone quite often, for a start. So you think, well, what number do I ring? I've lost my phone. Yeah. It's actually in your phone, so you need to have that recorded separately. Make sure you have PIN numbers on your SIM card and your phone to make it difficult for them to access your phone for the start. And get your phone number, report the theft to the police. And if you just register your phone on Immobilise, the internet registration system, that will help you get your phone back quicker anyway, and do that before it's stolen. Yeah, yeah. You sort of think that the providers may suddenly, if your bill is going up by thousands of pounds, it may flag something on their systems. You'd think so, wouldn't you? You'd think so. I mean, the banks are doing that now, aren't they? Yes, if there's unusual spending on your account,
you get a call, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Why the telephone providers can't do that as well? Yeah. Maybe it's just too much trouble for them, and they quite like getting a £23,000 bill every now and again.
Yeah, if someone will actually pay it.
Yes, but negotiate.
Let's have a look at